What is going on, YouTube? If you're here for one thing and one thing only, and that's how to find out how to get 340 wheel plus horsepower on the dyno. And I'm here to tell you exactly what you're going to need to be able to achieve that number. Alright, so first modification you guys are going to end up needing, ISR long tube headers. Okay, these sell for about $740. Now, you can find them in a few different places, but I will tell you one thing that they don't advertise on the site. In the 370Z, you're going to have to lengthen the O2 sensor cables. Not a big deal. Find somebody to solder them, or look and learn up. For your second modification, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find a nice single exit exhaust. I ended up going with the Greddy RS race exhaust. However, you can also get the Soho Motorsports single exit or the Z1 single exit. They all pretty much do the same thing. It's really personal preference and sound. Fourth and fifth modification is going to be the Z1 ported upper manifold and Z1 ported lower intake manifold. Guys, these are absolutely essential. You don't want to have that bottlenecking effect by only doing one or the other, so make sure you do both of them. That is, again, for about $750. Okay, it's really like $728, but still, we're just going to round up because let's be honest here, we're here to spend some money or else you wouldn't have come to this video. Your third modification you're going to have to do is a Dula Design air guide. Now, advertised on Z1, it says it's between 4 and 7 wheel horsepower gain. That is essential. I don't know why nobody else runs that thing. I loved it. Super easy to install. Totally worth the $198 or $200 that it is advertised as. Get it. Your sixth modification is going to be Z1 velocity stacks. These run for $198 from Z1, manufactured in-house. Totally worth it. Increase your air's velocity by making it a smoother transition from outside to inside your cold air intakes. Now, your seventh modification is going to be a set of cold air intakes. I ended up going with Stillen Gen 3s. I was a big fan of Stillen. I still am. I ran the Stillen Gen 3s because I saw a ton of proof that the Stillens are great. Now, Z1 also sells their own set of cold air intakes. Either one will work and do just fine. Also, these intakes that you're going to be running are going to run about $578 if you do the Stillen Gen 3. Modification number 8 is actually going to be your tuning software. I ended up going with UpRev, but I will recommend now ECU Tech is the way to go. Okay, that's going to run you about $1,100. And the reason why I'm recommending ECU Tech is more and more recently have I been seeing people actually have an issue with UpRev. Now, the final modification that I just recommend you guys get is not necessarily a power modification, but more a safety modification. Alright, so I went with the Z1 oil cooler. It ran me about $450, and it was a 24-row oil cooler. Now, I believe I got it during a sale, so your price might differentiate ever so slightly. And that is all the modifications I did to be able to achieve 346 wheel horsepower. If I can find a copy of my dyno graph, I will 100% drop it in this video so you guys can check it out. It is 100% proof that these modifications work if you want to hit near that magical number of 340 wheel, which is excellent, naturally aspirated, without cams, without anything crazy like race gas or E85, no injector upgrades. This is just pure bolt-ons. 340 wheel horsepower is pretty much guaranteed with this list. Alright, the grand total is $4,727. That is not including any sort of labor, that is not including tax, that is not including shipping, that's not including any of that stuff. I do highly recommend you guys install these modifications on your own. You can do it. Challenge yourself, look up some videos, you guys will be just fine. I didn't know how to do this stuff either, but I figured it out over time, and now I can work on all kinds of stuff. Like, look at this dope-ass 300ZX I tore apart behind me. Hopefully I can put it back together.